Well, I certainly hope I don't get copyright claimed for this. But in any case,
Yeah,
well, either
probably
way,
not.
well, I hope not. But either way, hello, Fox Squad. My name is Akira Strix or Trickster Fox, whichever you want to go with.
And I am Buzz Lightyear. Sheesh, how do those fake people do it? But this is Andrew, the YouTuber, critic, reviewer of games, movies, YouTubers, TV series, and streamers. And welcome to Toy Story 2, Buzz Lightyear to the rescue.
PS1 edition. So yeah, going from 2D movies to 3D to a 3D one. That's kind of an interesting leap, but it's fine. If you know about this game, then well, I don't need to explain much. But for those who don't know, well, all right. So
But
first,
I still, yeah, but
first,
yeah, welcome to the world of Andy's room, apparently, because what we got here is a collectathon.
yep, it's a 3D platformer, very much like Mario 64, Banjo-Kazooie, Spyro the Dragon, just to name a few.
But unlike those, it's like it's a map where you can just go to different worlds
Yeah,
instead of being like just walking through a portal or something to enter a level.
yeah, and at least very much unlike Mario 64, it doesn't kick you out of the level when you collect every main collectible, which in this game's case is Pizza Planet tokens.
Yep, these are basically the stars and jiggies of this game.
Yeah. Didn't really need that battery, but
Whee!
didn't really need that battery,
Into
but I might
Molly's
as well take
crib,
it.
or her former crib.
Yeah, she would have been
To be honest,
she would have been a little bit older, but not by very much.
yeah, that's right. She would have been like 2 or 3 at this time.
Yeah, because I know she was
Oh,
a
wait, more so 2.
yeah, because I know she
You have
oh,
to
that's right. That's right.
lower the handlebars.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, pull a Tommy Pickles, basically.
Okay.
And we got respawning enemies.
Yeah. I mean, Mario 64 does this as well. And there's a bunch of different tasks that we can do throughout the game. Now, as far as what I'm going to record, it's just going to be this, the next level, and the first major boss of the game, which is the flying plane, which is, I believe, Bombs Away, which is the name of the...
So we're basically just doing the whole first world.
Yeah, yeah. Because I don't want to spend too long on this game. This is yet another game that I'm not going to beat in one sitting. It's not that long, but
Considering it's a collectathon, it tends to take about over like 5 hours to complete.
yeah,
Probably more than that, but still.
yeah. So I'm gonna go over here and collect more coinage because the reason for me collecting coinage is for Ham. If you get, I think in every level, if you get 50 coins and you go back to Ham, he gives you a Pizza Planet token. And I just collected a missing body part for Mr. Potato Head.
You see that sheep?
Yep, one of 5 that I had to find in this area.
Which is weird because she only has 1.
Well, I guess one set. I know what you mean, but still. I think that actually was John Ratzenberg doing the voice for Ham there.
I feel like most of the people who worked on the voice in the film came back for the game.
Yeah, to record like certain
Reason why I
bits.
wasn't sure if Zurg was voiced by Wayne Knight in the game.
Well, to be fair, this was still before the Buzz Lightyear cartoon came out, so he wouldn't have voiced Zurg yet.
I looked online and said he was voiced by Wayne Knight in the second film, but let me double check.
Oh, ooh, okay, gotta be careful there.
Oh yeah, you were right. He was voiced by Andrew Stanton in the film.
Okay.
Huh. But I know everybody remembers Wayne Knight's version.
Yeah.
Oh, Lightyear, come to my lair, have you?
Yeah. Yeah. Wayne Knight really makes the character a lot of fun
Indeed.
in that series.
I mean, sure, he's not supposed to be that silly as of a villain,
Yeah.
but the fact it's a cartoon series and the Toy Story universe kind of says it all.
Yeah. All
Which
right.
I feel like that's one of the reasons not a lot of people enjoyed Lightyear. Because people
Oh.
forgot that it's a movie in the Toy Story universe, not it's like a movie that takes place before Toy Story, or well, technically it does take place before Toy Story, but it was a movie that was shown in theaters in the Toy Story universe before the events of the first movie.
Yeah, because I
It's
believe.
complicated.
Yeah, because I remember you said in I don't remember which video it was on your channel,
Yeah, I
but
made a video talking about who's the real Buzz Lightyear.
yeah, and I think you might have said that they were all technically canon, where
Yeah, they're all technically canon, just in their own separate universes.
yeah, because we could argue that the Lightyear movie spun off into the animated series, Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, and
Yeah,
that
that is true, because
and that is
like
what
we have mentioned before, that the Lightyear movie happened, then the TV series got spun off.
yeah, and the TV series is what enticed Andy in the Toy Story universe to get the Buzz Lightyear toy that he has in the movies.
Well, it was more so he was gifted it.
Okay.
Ooh, ooh,
Oh.
ooh.
Okay, well, I do need to go up there, but
We do have 50 coins already.
yeah, I know, but I have to go up there because there's something else I need to get. Because I'm going to try to get all of the Pizza Planet tokens that are in this level. And I'm going to do the same for the second level. Because at least early on, you don't have to revisit levels to get Pizza Planet tokens that you might have missed.
Yeah, basically you can just go back to it. Similar to Stuart Little 2, the video game.
Yeah, that was also a 3D platformer.
Yeah, and also Collectathon. But at least that one had a tutorial level.
Yeah.
Which, to be honest, I feel grateful for with that one. Like, give you a full idea of how you can control Stuart.
Yeah. You know, it took me years, like when I saw the movies, both of them. It took me years to figure out that Michael J. Fox was his voice actor.
You didn't know that?
Well, I didn't know who Michael J. Fox was at the time, even when I first saw Atlantis. Because bear in mind, I hadn't seen the Back to the Future movies yet either.
To be honest, I agree with you on that, because I didn't see Back to the Future myself for, like, who knows how long. Because at the time, my brain was like, animated film's good, live action, kind of meh.
Wait, live action?
Yeah, my brain was like was on that whole mindset of me focusing on animated features more than live action.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Like, I can find some enjoyment from some live action films, but others I don't really.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm gonna get some hate in the comments for that.
Well, we'll see. So yeah, anytime that I get a body part for Mr. Potato Head, depending on the level, of course, he gives me a special item I can use for a little bit. In this level's case, this Cosmic Shield, which protects me from this green sludge that is in Andy's basement. However, I can't double jump with it on. But don't
To be
worry.
honest, it looks like a hamster wheel.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, great. Now that I say that, my brain is thinking of the Lilo and Stitch villain, Dr. Jacques von Hamsterville.
Yeah, he was pretty good. He was pretty good.
Especially with the over exaggeration when people miss species him
Yeah, when they think he's a gerbil.
or a rodent. Not rodent-like, hamster-like.
Yeah, I know in Stitch the movie because that's when he first appears properly because that's before the series took off.
Yeah. Believe it or not, I actually have some. I actually showed a picture of Dr. Jacques von Hansenfield to some friends who have actually never seen the series, and they called him a chinchilla. And I kind of understand where they're going with.
I don't know what a chinchilla is.
Basically, think of it as a hamster, but with a long tail.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he does have a long tail, doesn't he?
Yeah, and hamsters don't really have tails.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I never had a hamster myself, but I know I had friends as a kid who did have hamsters as pets.
Look at that! Yoink!
Okay, I'm gonna select keep on playing. So, at least unlike Mario 64, when I collect the main collectibles, which again, in this case, are Pizza Planet tokens, it doesn't kick me out of the level right away, and I can let me just
At
keep
least
on...
it asks you if you want to move to the next level.
Yeah, because at least other platformers, like, I guess namely, not Mario,
Banjo-Kazooie.
well, I was also gonna say Spyro the Dragon, because that also came out the same year.
Well, at the time, Spyro didn't really have any main collectibles, because with the first game, you had like a certain objectives before you go to the next world.
Yeah.
Like collect a certain number of gems, free a number of dragons, collect a few number of eggs.
Yeah.
Simple stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay, we got the coins for Ham, so let's get the token. And keep on playing. Next up, we're going to race RC. I'm going to leave that be this time, since I already got the coins for Ham.
Oh god, I remember this.
Okay. Just gotta beat him in a 3-lap race. Oh, and look, it's that one song that I tended to use from time to time in certain playthroughs I did in the past as transitions.
Oh,
yeah, namely when I played Bully. For a certain...
That's a flashback and a half.
Yeah.
To be honest, I always found this like minigame hard because I keep distracting and being like, I have to stop and wait.
Okay.
Like I know they give you a chance.
Okay. That one's done.
Oh,
Now...
I'm so glad you're not a dinosaur.
But yeah, I also believe that Traveler's Tales, I think they also developed the game for based on the first movie as well.
They actually did. They did practically nearly all the Toy Story games except for 3.
Yeah, Kat actually showed me gameplay footage of the DS version of 3, which was pretty interesting from what I saw.
But they also developed Mickey Mania game.
Yeah, that's right. I know they did that. Believe it or not, that's actually one that I plan for next month.
Nice.
Yeah, but it's going to be the Sega Genesis version.
Understandable.
Yeah, because unlike the Super Nintendo version, the Genesis version doesn't have load times.
So, not the Sega CD version with the voice acting.
I suppose not. Gotta be careful here.
Oh god, why must balancing in 3D platformers be such a task?
In this case, it's not as bad because, you know,
It's a lot wider.
yeah, also Buzz is a toy, so he has a bit more room to
Oh,
maneuver.
robot!
Yeah, we'll deal with him later. I gotta get these sheep back to Bo Peep first.
Hi, Rex.
Yeah. So basically, Rex is your hint system, and there are also blocks. There are also building blocks like that there to kind of give you an idea
Yeah, I remember.
of what you can do next if you haven't done it yet. So he's clearly not voiced by Wallace Shawn in the game. In this case, it's Earl Bowen. If that name is familiar, you might recognize it as the same. You might recognize him as the same guy who plays Dr. Silberman from the first two Terminator movies.
Thanks, Buzz.
Also, I believe Bo Peep is voiced by Annie Potts.
I do believe so. But yeah, I'm looking into the history of Traveler's Tale. Before their whole Lego craze, they did a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, they made the PlayStation 2, and Windows version of Weakest Link. Fun game show, by the way, if you guys have never seen it.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, the basically 3 Toy Story games that were released. Toy Story on Sega and Super Nintendo / PC.
Mm-hmm.
Toy Story 2, of course.
Uh-huh.
And Toy Story Racer.
Yeah, there was a kart racer, wasn't it?
Yeah, they also were the ones behind the Buzz Lightyear Star Command video game.
Yeah, that's right. That's another one that I'm doing for next month, by the way.
Oh, God.
So we're gonna be I'm not gonna be getting through the whole game for obvious reasons.
But yeah, that one, it's gonna be a long one. Because,
Yeah.
I seen gameplay footage of it, and I'm just like... Whoa!
Yeah, so the trick is you have to wait for him to wear himself out and then wind himself up like this. And then
Pew, 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 pew.
and then shoot. Yeah, too bad he doesn't buzz. Yeah,
And one more.
yeah. I actually saw a video not too long ago about why Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, as far as I know, is not on Disney Plus. Since we talked briefly about how the Aladdin TV series wasn't on Disney Plus, yet the Hercules animated series is. And there's a reason why, and that's mainly because I know one of the biggest reasons why Buzz Lightyear of Star Command isn't on there is because this is just going to be a one-off. We're not going to save the game this time.
Also, I just looked more.
Yeah. So
yeah.
So anyway, you were saying?
Yeah, like I said, I was digging more to Travel Tales history, and 3 games have popped up that made me go, they developed them? First one being, the first 2 being, like, the PlayStation 2, the 3rd generation, basically, of Crash Bandicoot games. Wrath of Cortex and Twin Sanity.
Yeah, Twin Sanity I knew about.
But Wrath of Cortex, that's a big blemish.
Oh, I gotta wait for him to do it again. We'll talk to Sarge in just a second, as soon as we get all of his 5 soldiers. Yeah, instead of 5 sheep this time it's 5 soldiers.
And the other one that took me by surprise, Super Monkey Ball Adventure.
Super Monkey Ball, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Actually, wait a minute. Actually, wait a second. Wait a minute. Yeah, I think they... Oh, I can't believe I just remembered this. I think they also developed Sonic 3D Blast.
And Sonic R.
Wait, they did Sonic R as well? Oh, dear.
Can you feel the sunshine?
The soundtrack is the only good thing about that game, I'm sorry to say. Because I don't think I would last 5 minutes trying to play that game. As much as I love the soundtrack. And of course, there's a certain other entity that people don't like to remember Sonic R for. I think you know what I'm talking about.
No.
Yeah, ugh. Like, I'm not even kidding. That gave I'm sure that gave so many 90s kids nightmares.
Will you play with me?
Oh god, yeah, I remember that. I remember that bit from Sonic Shorts as well. Actually, let's not go up here just yet. I'm gonna save that for last, like I did with the last boss. But I am gonna try to get as many of the coins as I can before I get to Ham.
Kaboom.
Come on, there we go. But yeah, actually what's funny is that, was that I recorded the first Time Crisis for Filler Fridays. Yeah, I'm doing Filler Fridays again in the meantime while I wait to hear back on my Twitch account. The first one, I just recorded the story mode. I'm not doing the special mode yet. That's going to be for later. And I got.
Oh, we have enough coins for Ham now.
Yeah, but there's also
Into the washing machine.
Yeah, but there's something else that I need to. There's something else that I need to get here. At least I think it's here. No, it's where the swimming pool is. Oh no, wait, there was something that I needed to get here. And there's something.
Gotcha.
I might as well grab this. Now I just need to get to where the swimming pool is. Actually, I should mention that this was my first 3D platformer before I played Mario 64. So this is
I understand.
Yeah,
no
so,
worries.
Yeah, so it's a little nostalgic to me for obvious reasons.
I fully understand. Don't worry.
And come on. Come on. There we go.
You know, you didn't really need to stomp on it.
I do have to stomp for this.
Yeah.
If
Ooh.
I
A little higher.
Yeah, let's try again. There we go.
Yeah. I am surprised your batteries didn't get soaked.
Or maybe as a toy, Buzz is just that awesome. Apparently, the advertising didn't bother saying he was waterproof.
But the advertiser did say toy cannot fly.
Yeah.
But not a flying toy.
Yeah, of course. Ooh, okay, I just barely made that. Well, if I remember right. Ooh, that was close. Okay, then I gotta go this way. Or not. I don't think. I'm gonna try again. Hopefully. Okay, I don't have to. At least I don't have to go all the way back to try again. Good thing that I got this here. Actually, what's interesting is I don't know if I mentioned this already or not, but I know that there were tie-in games for stuff like the... Yeah, there was something up here. Let's go up here to get to Ham, since I have the 50 coins.
as green sludge seems to be falling down.
Yeah, we'll get to that in just a bit. If I can just get up there. There we go.
Buzz!
Alright, I'm coming, I'm coming. Alright.
Really? Making us platform over there, Ham?
It's not that far over. It's literally just the next bit of tree. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh, come on. Oh, we're doing this now, are we? I was gonna say that I did know there were tie-in games based on stuff from I believe it was The Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast. And I know Beauty and the Beast had 2 tie-in games. There's the 5th one. And I didn't bother playing those.
Well, technically there's 3. 2 for Genesis and 1 on Super Nintendo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I knew there was one Beauty and the Beast game where you play as Belle, and the other one where you play as the Beast.
Yeah, those 2 were Sega Genesis games.
Yeah.
War of the Beast and Belle's Quest.
Yeah. I didn't bother playing those ones or the Little Mermaid game. They're not terrible, but again, they're not... I guess they weren't really interesting enough for me to go through as far as games go, because especially Belle's Quest, it just seemed they both seemed kind of boring, if I'm being honest. And the Little Mermaid game is pretty good, but it's technically not a tie-in to the movie. I mean, it is sort of, but it doesn't follow the plot of the movie. Like, it references that the first bit of the movie happened, but then it tries to diverge and try to tell its own original story, which is fine, but it's a little weird like that. Because you spend most of the time going in the water instead of exploring on land and whatnot. But again, I didn't bother... checking those games out because they just weren't interesting enough for me to talk about. Which is why I didn't include them. I had a bit... Yeah, because with some of the other tie-in games based on the movies, well, we obviously had a bit more to talk about with them. So that's why I'm playing the ones that I'm playing this time. If I can... there we go. Alright. Okay, so I have to be careful. No. I need it to be there so I can... Oh, of course not. At least I don't have to climb all the way back up from the bottom. I mean, yes, I do, but... At least this playthrough won't be too much longer. I just have to defeat the boss and then go on to the major boss, which is the flying plane from Bombs Away, because that's the name of the No, fuck.
No. Bong.
Oh no. The last thing I need right now is the Let's Play curse taking me over. Alright, let's get back up here. Wait. Let me look really quick. Okay, no, that's where it stops. Okay. So it wouldn't make sense if I just try to climb all the way back up just to find there's nothing there. Alright, you gotta be careful. No. Oh, come on. That's the 3rd time in a row I've done that.
Dang.
Yeah. But also, I guess I should take the time to mention we're pretty much almost done with the first month of the Disney Summerthon, or the second Disney Summerthon, I should say.
Yeah, next week should be the final one.
Well, yeah, for the first month. There we go, finally. Oh, and it's a Zerg kite.
Bow to my power, Buzz Lightyear, for I am higher up than you!
Not today, Zerg.
I thought we were fighting a Zerg, not Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah. uh... I don't remember what I'm supposed to do. Oh, there we go.
Ah, you might have had to hit him in the air.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I gotta do. That is the final one, I believe, for this area, or for this level.
And beyond! Yeah, Earl Bowen. I just looked it up on Behind the Voice Actors.
Yeah. Alright, anyways. We have a major boss this time around.
Whee!
And it's a flying plane.
Dun 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 bum ba dum ba dum dum bum ba dum dun dun dun. No, to be honest, Flight of the Valkyries feels a little more authentic for this kind of fight.
Yeah. Yeah, that's ripped straight out of the first movie.
Yep.
Yeah, they didn't have, yeah, they didn't do what... Yeah, they didn't do what Cars did, where they actually got Tom Hanks and Tim Allen to record new lines for the ending bit, where they basically poke fun at their... Or basically Pixar makes fun of itself, making, like, a Cars parody of Toy Story. Yeah, that's a real thing. That happened.
But yeah, I am actually looking over Mr. Earl Bowen's credits. His last known recording was for Monkey Island 2 Special Edition as LeChuck.
Oh, that's interesting.
Which means when Mr. Schaff may return to Monkey Island, they grab somebody new. But whoever it was did a good job, not gonna lie, to be honest.
Alright.
Wood! Oh!
And he is down.
Only just a bit of battery power left.
Yeah, whew, I just barely made it. Whew. Take a breather. Take a swig before I get the bonus movie.
Yeah, the only other two times Mr. Bowen voiced Rex was in Disney Extreme Skate Adventure and Toy Story Racer.
Yeah, and Disney...
Every other game and side appearances of Rex, he was voiced by Wallace Shawn. Even in Toy Story 4 and Kingdom Hearts 3. I was going to say Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh, okay. Oh, really? So for Kingdom Hearts 3, he was voiced by Wallace Shawn. Okay, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh. I think we all know this scene by now.
Yeah. One of the best. Yeah, this is definitely like one of the best openings to any movie.
In fact, you actually played through it in the Toy Story 3 video game.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yeah.
Of course, I thought it was really hilarious that they were really laying on the Star Wars parody with this because of the fact that
Yeah. Yeah. Considering I know, like, practically they had Star Wars references in practically all of the first three films.
yeah.
The first film with Buzz talking about a weapon that Zurg is developing that is similar to the Death Star.
Mm.
And of course, in this movie, the whole "No, Buzz, I am your father."
No. Oh, and
All right.
You almost had him.
I'm never gonna defeat Zurg!
Sure you will, Rex. In fact, you're a better Buzz than I am.
But look at my little arms! I can't press the fire button and jump at the same time!
how do you
The fact of the matter is that the jump button's the up button. Huh,
also, yeah,
I swear.
yeah, seriously. But yeah, I think that's where we're going to stop for now. I know this was a little bit shorter, but I didn't want to go for too long. So
Which is fully understandable.
yeah, so I'm gonna back out of this. So that's gonna do it for Toy Story 2: Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue for the PlayStation 1. Even though it's on N64, Sega Dreamcast, and PC, which is how I first played this. I think we have one more game for the docket, and if I remember right, I believe it is Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, get ready for some Contra-like action next week, folks.
Yep, because
Yes,
next
we're looking at the Game Boy Advance game, not
That-
the PlayStation version, not Experiment 66 on the third generation console. Well, fourth, technically, but now when I think about it.
well, that was also a PS2 exclusive. Yeah,
Yeah, fair.
yeah. So, thank you for taking the time to watch this with us, or go through this with us, Fox Squad. It really does help the channel out. Please remember to click and like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help the channel out. Follow everyone's socials listed below in the video description, and click the notification bell to stay updated on all of my uploads. I have been Akira Strix, or Trickster Fox, whichever you want to go with.
And I've been Andrew, the YouTuber critic, reviewer of games, movies, YouTubers, TV series, and streamers. And remember, Lion of the Valkyries for playing Imperial March when it comes to TIE fighters.
Yeah, that works. Okay. See you next week for sorry, let me say that again. See you next week for Lilo and Stitch, Fox Squad, and the final video of the first month of this second Disney Summerthon. Take care and stay frosty, Fox Squad.